Just surround them and let them have it. That's a neat trick, being able to phase through a wall like that. Okay, guys, welcome back. So, as you may have already noticed by how dark the area is down here, I've actually abandoned my southern campaign. I've got Beyold and his army heading north, and the scout that was here as well also heading north. Though, as he was passing from one territory to another, he did actually spot this. A castle. Sitting right on the spot where I was actually going to put a camp, so that could be very nice when we come back down here for a future campaign, but that will have to be put on hold. Basically, what's happening up here is I don't like what Tharbad is doing. You see, Tharbad actually has a decently sized force here. They built a camp over here and a watchtower, and it just seems like they're moving too much on the border here, and it looks like they could potentially be, well, not getting ready for a war with us, but they could be. They could be, and I just don't trust the filthy Dunedain. I don't trust them any further than I could throw them. So basically my thought process is we might as well leave these two as rebel settlements, just so that if the Reunited Kingdom does decide to push north here, then they'll have to go through a couple or at least one rebel settlement first, which has a substantial force, and actually they both have decently substantial forces there, so the kingdom would really have to put forth its effort to take them before then coming for us. And my spy, or my scout, as he was passing by here, he didn't see a substantial force there, so unless they've got an army somewhere back here, they're not preparing for a war over here yet. And admittedly, the Reunited Kingdom has wars to fight over here against Adunabar. And, who else are they at war with? Harad? Is it Harad? The Empire of Harad. And again, the Empire of Harad actually has its own enemies. Rohan's probably not a big deal, but the Principality of Harandor and the Principality of Far Harad are both going to be a pain for them. So, anyway, there's just a lot going on down there. Quite a lot going on down there. But anyway, we're going to have Beyold come north. Basically, make sure that Tharbad behaves, because I don't have any forces up here, really. And this is my most exposed flank. So, yeah. We're going to have Beyold come up here, and we're actually going to retool his army a little bit. Basically, I'm going to have wolf hunters and tribal pikes trained up here, and we're going to retrain the ones he already has. So he'll have like a few units of wolf hunters, like 4 basically, 2 units of tribal pikemen. We're getting him some more archers too, so he'll have 4 units of archers. And basically, I think I'm also going to send these axemen over to Rohan and replace his axemen with some of these wilding swords. They actually look pretty good. They definitely have more defense. Hey, what's giving them that extra defense, actually? Oh, okay, they have some tougher armor, basically. Giving them some extra defense. They can't throw axes, unfortunately, and they also do have a smaller unit size, though only slightly smaller. But basically, I'm hoping they'll be a better unit for fighting against the infantry-heavy Tharbad forces. And that's why we would only have 2 units of tribal pikes as well, is because we just need a couple of them to deal with some of their cavalry. What little of it they tend to have. Rohan's the one who is cavalry-heavy. And so anyway, we'll just keep the Dunlending horsemen as well, since they're kind of really the only cavalry unit we could have anyway. So anyway, the axemen, and probably the hillmen as well, we'll just send them over to Rohan to try and reinforce this area. Now, there will be a whole lot of units over here, actually. So what I was also thinking is once we've sort of secured this area with, you know, some Dominion buildings, just pacify this area, really, we'll have enough forces over here to actually put together another army. A cheaper one than, admittedly, the one that I've got cooked up for Beyold over here. But then he could perhaps continue a war with either Rohan, or we could even... Well, no, actually, continuing a war with Rohan would really be all he could do. We couldn't really bring him anywhere else, because then If we had him take his troops away from here, then these places would probably fall. So anyway, that's a bit into the future. We actually have quite a few turns before we even have, like, pacification really done here. Or not pacification, what is this called? Dominion buildings. And then we need to build up some other buildings here as well. We haven't even taken Entwade yet, though we will this very turn. That's the battle we're actually going to fight. Now, once he's done with that, I'm going to have him leave some of his forces back here, which when combined with some of the forces we're sending from Beyold, that's why this area will have just so many troops, and we'll be able to kind of watch Rohan for a bit, secure these settlements, and then what's his name? Who are you? Aki? Acia? This guy. Helmet Dude. Helmet Dude will be able to put together that army, but once he takes Entwade, we're going to have Waka come back here, and we're also going to give him some more wolf hunters and wilding swordsmen and try and retool his army up a little bit as well. So it'll be a few turns for that. So anyway, Beyold coming north, abandoning the southern campaign, retooling his army a bit. The Reunited Kingdom probably won't be a problem. We're going to swarm Rohan with some, like, cheap troops just to kind of watch the place. And once we've secured it, Helmet Dude will take over, maybe continuing a war with them. Meanwhile, Waka, with some of his forces at least, will also start heading back up north, retooling his army a bit, and maybe helping out in any war against Tharbad. I would like having two armies, probably, to fight Tharbad. Really nervous, actually, about a war with Tharbad, because it seems like their infantry and their archers, they would be a real pain in the butt to fight. But we do need Londare, and we need Greyholm for that reunification, whatever that is. So basically, we do need to at least take all of their settlements that are south of whatever this river is. I forget what the name of the river is, but we need to take all of their settlements south of the river, plus probably Tharbad itself, just to create like a bit of a choke point here. Then, with this northern flank basically secure, we could probably take both of those armies and start... well, actually, we would need to take Arundel here, just so that we could complete the reunification. And then we could maybe start attacking the Reunited Kingdom. I mean, all of this is really far forward into the future, but I think we need to start working towards it. So anyway, on to battle. It is time for Waka to take Entwade. And as you can see, the Rohirrim actually managed to bring up some extra troops here. Managed to cross the river and just kind of stand just south of Entwade. We'll have to deal with them as well. It's not too bad. We should be able to deal with it and hopefully not lose too many of our troops, since we are going to be leaving a bunch of them behind anyways to guard the place. But let's get right into the battle. Okay, guys, welcome to the battle. So we've got a few of our forces over here, basically all of our non-spearmen and just our regular infantry, I guess. We have our spearmen and our archers over here, and they're actually going to intercept the reinforcements before they can get to the settlements, along with actually our Dunlanding horsemen as well. And I did have them drop a couple of battering rams over here too, so that they can then just enter the settlement from over here. But meanwhile, we'll have the infantry and the melee cavalry over there, basically making another hole in their lines. What are these guys doing over here? Okay, those are Rittermark's scouts. Alright, don't waste your arrows on them. Let's target the Rohan spears. Or let's not.
Now is the time for great deeds.
Because they're about to charge us anyways.
enemy army is running like a startled goat. Hunt him. Goats
Make good eating. Yes, very good. Alright, well that takes out most of their forces right there. Oh, I guess you could go ahead and attack them. You guys stop firing at will. Actually, you guys stop firing at will as well. Yeah, some of them got in. That's unfortunate. Oh, we need our spearmen to just kind of leave that area. And we'll have the archers take care of these guys. In fact, why don't you guys go in loose formation?
Your warriors have broken the gate. The way is open.
Ah.
Let your men kill all the cowards inside.
Okay, well, the gates aren't actually... Or the gates are down, but not the, But not the walls.
Your warriors have broken through the walls. Now attack. Show no mercy.
I wonder if we could have our cavalry maybe assist here and throw some javelins at them. Levies. Okay, let's see which of the actual, like, gaps in the wall they actually go up to, and then we'll see if we can maybe outflank them. Oh, well. It would seem that the enemy fought basically to the death. That's actually kind of impressive. Okay, get out of loose formation. And what we will now do is let's grab this unit of spearmen. Go. You guys grab that ram, and we'll start heading towards this gate over here. Now, archers, you guys still have plenty of ammunition, so let's see if maybe we could have them fire over the wall here and start injuring some of their forces over here. And I guess the Dunlendian horsemen can just kind of hang out over here for now. Oh, wow, they're committing actually quite a lot of their troops over here. Mostly more than I thought they would. I guess they're putting a unit next to each gap we've made in the wall. Oh, no, wait. That unit's trying to get away. Or is going to get away. You know what? In that case, in we go.
Our warriors have taken the walls. Now the streets will run with blood.
All right, let's see. The axes are probably a worse unit. Or a better unit, I mean. So let's see if we can attack them in the rear first. All right, now you guys get in here as well. All right, and it looks like they're abandoning this side of the settlement, which is perfectly fine. Alright, let's have these wolf hunters hurry up and get over there. Actually, let's have these axemen assist them as well, because I see our guys are about to get attacked in the rear. Actually, I wonder, could I... Like, can I get these guys to, like, pass through to the other side? No, it looks like they're not. Okay, but wait, they're broken. Okay. turn around. Fight those guys. Okay, they're wavering, which is good. Okay, they've got axes there. I'm gonna fire a couple of volleys at them. Oh, really? You're able to fire all the way over there. Alright. That's enough damage over there. Alright, they're shaken. That's good. Let's bring in a small unit of cavalry to basically pursue.
Now is the time for great deeds.
Pursue the enemy and kill them. Actually, let's have you get over here. We'll have the chieftain just kind of come inside the gate over there. Alright, so how are we doing here? Alright, that's a very dangerous unit.
Our warriors have reached the enemy gate.
These guys, not so much. Alright, let's not have the cavalry tire them, or the infantry tire themselves out. So just kind of walk back over here. Oh, they already managed to kill them off. Excellent. Okay, here comes some axes of the mark. Ah, good. Excellent. Alright, so now let's have these guys just kind of form up over here. You guys make sure to finish off all of these guys here. There's only 5 of them. The archers, you can take a couple of pot shots at those guys.
Show no mercy.
In fact, I wonder. Are these guys axes? Okay.
The gate is broken. Your warriors have done brave work with the battering ram.
Okay, you guys stop firing. Should be able to just kind of sweep them away now with our cavalry. I said we should be able to just sweep them away with our cavalry. There's only like 30 of them. 20 of them. The 21 of them. Wow, these guys are really standing and fighting. That's kind of unexpected. Alright, let's get our spearmen in here. And let's see. Let's get our archers in. Oh, I guess we can wait. Yeah, we might lose a spearman or two. Do the towers have increased range or something? Because I don't think I remember that being a thing. Where they were able to fire at us like that. In the vanilla game, I mean. Alright, so all we have left is a bunch of cavalry. So I think we should actually get our spearmen mostly involved here, plus probably the wolf hunters. And the archers, of course. Actually, it is going to take us a bit of going to and fro, getting our troops in position, so I think I will just bring you guys back once battle has been properly joined. Okay, guys, welcome back. I've got these 4 spearmen over here, I've got archers over here, and I've got spearmen, wolf hunters, hillmen and the general advancing in this direction over here. I think what I am going to try and do here is have the archers open fire from this side. That'll almost certainly get at least most of them, or some of them, to start charging us in this direction. In which case our spearmen are prepared to meet them. Or not. Okay. Go ahead and fight them. You go ahead and throw spears. Alright, they're going to throw their spears as well. Though that wasn't too effective, I have to admit. Alright, let's get... Where did our wolf hunters go? Alright, over here. You guys get forward, as well as these guys. We'll have the other two spearmen units kind of wait back there. Okay, archers. You know what? Fire at will and just see how many of them you can take out from there. Oh, the spearmen are actually throwing behind them. Okay, well, I guess that kind of is what it is. Oh, archers. Stop firing. And now you can start firing again. Oh, that's unfortunate. Apparently, I need to watch very closely what's happening over here. All right, spearmen. Get over here and attack the bodyguard in the rear. We'll have this unit just kind of sit right here in the center. Oh, actually, they still have a couple of units here. Well, there's only like 3 of them or whatever. We can take them out. Yeah, winning easily. I imagine so. All right, you take care of them? All right, good. Oh, no, they're still fighting someone. Who are you fighting? Okay, there we go. All right, you guys, get over here. Which part of run do you not understand? Okay, look, just get over here. And you guys get over here. I guess that'll work. Then this unit, I guess, can just kind of sit over here as well. All right, and then they can throw spears directly into the back of the bodyguard unit here. Hurry up, line up. Or, whoops, nope, do not throw spears. Just surround them and let them have it. That's a neat trick, being able to phase through a wall like that. Oh, there goes the general. Now, do not let them get back. We don't want to have to kill any more of these guys than we have to. Or fight them, I mean. We want to kill all of them. Every single one of them. Now, the casualties are going to be pretty severe because, man, those bodyguards... Like, holy smokes. They can, like, solo an army all on their own. I wish I could actually see how many casualties each enemy unit killed of my guys. I appear to only be able to see what my guys did to them. Bowmen did very well. The spearmen actually did quite well too, except for this unit, and I imagine this was the one that got basically obliterated by the general's bodyguard. The wolf hunters also had issues, probably because they were fighting the general's bodyguard for a while. No, generally we actually did do pretty well. It's just that, and they throw in that what are they, guards of the household or whatever their general's bodyguard unit is, and dang. All right, but anyway, let's take this back to the campaign map. Wow. They hate our guts. Even though we have, like, nearly a full stack army in there. Which makes me kind of want to lay desolate, but they don't have anyone in there to, like, actually kill. But I guess it's the best we can do. Holy smokes. Even putting it to low income, we just barely have enough public order to keep them from rioting. Oh wow. Costs that much money to just restore a building? Oh wait, no. I have to destroy some buildings first, I think, to lower that cost, though I think it still might be a little bit high. Alright, but anyway, regardless, Entwade is now ours. So as I said, we'll need to merge some of these units, and we'll leave a bunch of them behind to guard the place, and then this garrison will guard Edoras, and we'll have some more troops coming down here anyways, and with that, our current campaign in Rohan should basically be complete, and now it's just a matter of holding on to our new territories to make sure that the Rohirrim don't get any funny ideas about reclaiming what is rightfully ours, because yes, Dunland lays claim to all of these territories. Some of which we held in the past. In fact, we actually held Edoras rather briefly at one point. So anyway, we're taking it all back. In fact, it occurred to me, I think I saw a video which said that the Men of the White Mountains were actually related to the Dunlendings. So I think all of the territory near the White Mountains also belongs to us. So we will take what is justly and duly ours from the Dunedain and from the Horse Lords. Oh, also, I forgot that after all these centuries of being trampled on by them, they also owe us for that, too. So that's our justification, our reason for taking essentially whatever we want. So anyway, that is actually going to be it for now. I don't have any other battles to show you guys, so I will just bring you back as more of interest occurs. Okay, guys, welcome back. So we actually have quite a bit to discuss here on the campaign map. In fact, it's actually been quite a few turns, even though no battles have taken place. But battles will be coming very soon, and so I thought, even though I don't have a battle this turn to show you, I'm gonna forego my usual policy and bring you back anyway, simply because it has been so many turns and there is much to discuss. And again, I am expecting battles to be somewhat soon, so I don't want to leave you guys like completely confused in a couple of turns once certain wars kick off in full. But anyway, a couple of things to get out of the way. First off, I do have a very slight sore throat, and I don't think it's affecting my voice too much, but if you hear me stop or like swallow, or if my voice is a little more raspy than usual, that's probably why. The next thing is I've turned off the music for the mod. It was actually going very well for a while there, but as I'm sure you noticed, I can't remember exactly which episode it was, but we did have an issue where YouTube decided that one of the songs was copyright protected. Well, I say YouTube decided that. I think it is, in fact, copyright protected. But anyways, the point is that I've turned off the music, so such things will not happen again in the future. The other thing, very minor thing I have to admit, is I've actually adjusted the sharpness setting for the DLC sharpen ever so slightly. Used to be at the default, which was like 700, and I've cut it down here to 400. And the reason I've done that is simply because I noticed in some of the videos that I upload to YouTube, especially when I'm like zooming around with the camera quite a bit, there seems to be an almost, I want to say like a motion blur effect. It's not quite a motion blur effect, but basically when I'm moving around, things kind of get a little blurry until I stop moving. And I think it is the sharpness really that's causing that. And it's actually more noticeable in the Alexander campaign than it is here in 4th Age. But anyway, the point is that I'm trying to mitigate that ever so slightly by just kind of tweaking the sharpness settings a little bit. It also will make the file sizes for the recordings a little smaller as well, which I guess doesn't matter too much to you guys, but it matters a bit to me, so I guess it'll help mitigate that problem as well, even though it is a relatively minor one. Now, anyway, moving right along to the actual campaign map itself, I think, let's see, when I last left you guys, we basically had the Hornburg, Edoras, and Entwade. Basically, they were under our control, but we hadn't actually integrated them yet into our domains. And that has actually been done now. So we actually got quite a bit of money. Our income actually shot up quite a bit once we got these all integrated. Also, we've got... who are you again? AC? Akai? I'm just going to go with AC. He's over here basically keeping an eye on things. And I think in a few turns here, depending on how things go with a certain other faction, we may actually start taking these garrisons, kind of putting them together into an army and having him take the fight back to the Rohirrim again. They've been kind of coming to and fro. They haven't been attacking us. They've just been kind of standing outside of Edoras, and then the garrison just kind of steps out and tells them to go away, which they do. But actually, they've been attacking Adunabar down here. And then Adunabar sends an army up here and drives them away, and then they come back, and it's just been kind of repeat here and there. So anyway, that's what's been happening over there. Now, over here in the west, Lymphalas has been integrated into our empire, our growing empire as well. And Dunfada is actually quite close to having the 12,000 population necessary to, I guess, be unruined, to be built back up, to, I guess, become a proper province again. So we'll be getting that hopefully very shortly. Now, we have much to discuss with Tharbad. We are not at war with Tharbad yet, but we will be this very turn. Because basically, here's my plan. We have, what's his name, Beold down here. I think when last we were with him, he was actually heading back to Dunhold to have his army basically retooled. And as you can see, it has been. He has Dunlendian horsemen, wilding swords, wolf hunters, pikes, and archers. Basically, the wilding swords would kind of be the front line, if you will, backed up by the wolf hunters who can throw their javelins kind of over their heads to assist them. And then, of course, once they're out of javelins, they do have a fear effect, armor piercing, and they can just help basically chop their way through enemies. The pikes are for taking out just the few cavalry that I hope it'll be a few cavalry that we'll be facing. And then, of course, the archers provide ever more missile support. Now, this is Waka. Good old Waka. He was the one who basically conquered Rohan. Well, not all of Rohan, but the bits of Rohan we have conquered. He was the one who had done that. And his army has been retooled in exactly the same way, except he still has one of the riders of the Eisenmarch units with him. Oh, and Beold's army was the one that actually took this area here, but that was when it was under the command of Kuga, before he became the governor of Dunfada. So this is actually Beold's... I think this may very well be his first engagement. But anyway, here is the plan. As you can see, Tharbad actually still has quite a lot of troops here. I don't think they've really expanded too much, but they have a lot of troops, and I believe they have a lot of good troops. So what I was waiting for is, you see Swanfleet here. This settlement, they've actually taken it and then lost it. I'm not even sure how many times at this point. It could be 4, 5. It's been a lot. Basically what happens is they take it. It rebels 2 or so turns later, and then they come back and they take it again and repeat. And so I was just waiting for that to happen again to basically be a distraction to Tharbad. And so then we're going to have Beold here charge Londair while it has a very small garrison. And this is going to start the war with Tharbad. All right, we'll just build as many battering rams as we can in a single season, because then we're going to attack it the very next turn and basically take it off of them. So now what I'm hoping is that Tharbad is going to have basically a few different options that I hope will either split its forces or at the very least confuse it a bit. So we've obviously got this siege down here. They've got the rebels to deal with here in Swanfleet, and they still have Waka's army here, kind of standing between them and the rest of our holdings. Now, Waka's not actually going to move from this spot yet. Obviously, he could, start putting Greyholm under siege, but they've got tons of troops here, and they could easily just counter him. We're just going to kind of stand here, kind of at the edge of their range here for at least this big army here, and see what happens. See if they're willing to attack us. And presumably we could retreat out of range if we're attacked by, well, I guess if we lose the battle, but still manage to save a bunch of our troops, which hopefully, if we were to lose a battle, that's what would happen. To be honest, I'm very, very nervous about what's happening up here. I'm very nervous about going to war with Tharbad, but it must be done. It must be done. First off, I think we already talked, actually, it might have been earlier in this episode, or it might have been the last episode. I was talking about how we have a unification goal, and we need that. We need Londare and we need Greyholm for that, so there's that. But more importantly, what that means, like the reason that's a unification goal is because I believe these are traditionally like Dunlending territory. Or at least it was way back in the days of our forefathers, and the Dunedain cannot be allowed to hold it. These filthy, filthy Dunedain cannot hold lands that rightly belong to us. And so we won't let them. Also, Tharbad has been provoking us, or at least that's how I choose to interpret their actions, with many, many spies. We've actually executed, I want to say, 4 spies in Anghal, Dunhold, and even one as far south as Dunfada. And of course, they've been like putting watchtowers and stuff here on the border as well. So I basically have interpreted this as a aggressive and warmongering stance on their part. And so combine that with our historical grievances against the filthy Dunedain, I've decided that we have full justification for this war. So anyway, I believe that's actually it. Just wanted to bring you guys back to basically inform you of everything that's been happening on the campaign map and basically explain things before the battles kick off. Because I imagine in a turn or two, there will be a couple of battles, and I'd rather just kind of dive right into them then and there without having to explain how the war got to be the way it is. But anyway, I will bring you guys back as more of interest occurs.